Thank you, viewers. Today in my lecture I will try to cover various things on social expressions, because in our everyday life we use a lot of expressions that are very useful, and those expressions should be used without that much thinking. To be really honest with you guys, when you speak English and if we think that much, then your English will become boring and monotonous. And to get rid of those boring English or those monotonous English, we need to speak sometimes fluently without thinking. I also mentioned that issue in my previous lecture. So today I'm going to write few things. It's not possible to cover everything, but I will cover very important aspect of everyday English. First of all, you know that we meet a lot of people. So when we meet, we greet. So how we greet when we meet somebody? First of all, I also need to make it clear that sometimes we meet somebody in a formal situation, sometimes it may be with friends or somebody with your same age, then it could be in an informal situation, and those two situations should be dealt in differently. For example, if you are an officer, or if you are an employee, then if you meet somebody from another organization, and if somebody introduce you with him or the people of that organization, then the situation will be formal. You have to speak formally. In that case, it could be like, first time maybe you may say, glad to meet you, nice to meet you, or even pleased to meet you. And then it's important when you meet someone and when you shake your hands to have some kind of eye contacts. Make sure when you shake hand you should have eye contacts with that person. And if you say that glad to meet you, the person from the other end should also say like same to you. So that's kind of courtesy. So this is the first thing you should do when you meet someone, or if someone introduce you with him or her. Secondly, if it is like somebody you are studying at college, universities, or the age is almost similar, then we may start with hi, hello, these kinds of things. So the person from the other end will say hello, and then you may say, well, nice to meet you. All right, so hello or hi, it comes at the very beginning. All right, and then some other thing I also want to cover, that maybe you have met somebody after a long time. Maybe he was your old school buddy, or you studied at the college before and you bumped into somewhere at New Market in Dhaka. Right, and then you may say, oh, what a pleasant surprise, because you are so happy, you are delighted to see him. At the same time, some people greet in a different way. Sometimes some people may just kick on the back. So that is a different way of treating your best buddy. And also you may say in a different way, like what a pleasant surprise, it's all right, but it is a bit formal. Okay, you may say your friends in an informal way as well, like I haven't seen you for ages, or it has been such a long time since I saw you last. Or you can say, hello mate, where have you been hiding? You may treat your friend the way you like. It's entirely up to you. And some other thing I would also like to cover in my class, like sometimes we also say somebody, maybe that person before, okay, and after some time you met him again, you may say, how are you? And remember, if anybody asks you like how are you, then you need to answer it correctly, like I'm fine, or I'm well, thanks. It's important to give that thanks. If you don't, this is a very short word, like very tiny word, thanks, but you have to do it, otherwise you will be rude. So please don't do that. If anybody asks how are you, you should say I'm fine, thanks. and you should ask him in return, you should also ask him that I'm fine, thanks, what about you, or and you, and then he will also answer accordingly. There is some other expressions, and also I have seen that thing in the UK, right? Sometimes we say that, are you all right? We say, because we follow grammar, okay. But in the UK, I have seen that, quite often they say, you all right? They don't say that, are you all right? Rather they say, you all right? Okay. So it also depends how you are pronouncing. The reply should be same more or less, that if you are right, you are right? Yes, I'm fine. What about you? Are you all right? I'm fine, thanks. What about you? So it doesn't matter that much, but still in the native speakers, they quite often say, you all right? Okay. Some other things I would like to cover, that not only we meet people, we also depart, we also say goodbye, we also take farewell from from many situations, or we meet and then we also depart from each other. Then we need to say something. Quite common, we say that bye, but the way we say bye from not the heart. We say bye superficially. So we need to make sure that we say bye from the core of our heart, like bye. There should be that kind of wave in your tone. That tone is important. That tone says a lot of inner things of your spoken English. And you can also say like, oh, see you later, or see you later, or see you later is better, right? And you can also say, if he or she is your friend, you can say, oh, I will catch you later, mate. I will catch you later. That is also possible if the situation is informal. Not only that, we also depart in many other situations, like you went to an airport and your best buddy is going to a different country for studies, right? So you need to say something, okay? In that case, you may say him that have a nice journey, all right? And you can also say sometimes, maybe you have talked with your friend for some time, and then he is going to his place and you are going to your place. Then you may say, have a nice day, mate, see you later. Not only that, right? And another important expression that are quite common in English speaking countries, like quite often they say that how are you doing, right? But in our country we say how are you, but they quite often say how are you doing, how are you doing. So in that case, I'm all right, mate. What about you? How is it going? So these kinds of everyday expressions are really, really important. So thank you guys, thank you for being with me. I will see you in the next class with some different lessons.